Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. Registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use frequently deadly medical procedures and toxic pharmaceutical drugs. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That's why we're here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 29 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. If you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. Our number today and every day on The Bright Side is 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. We'll get your calls in our second segment today. Bottom of the hour, we're going to be talking to Troy Opperly about my all-time favorite longevity product, my second favorite longevity product, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, after the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You guys know I love the Beyond, the Biolumin Nightly Essence. We talk about it pretty much on a daily or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times a day basis. And I had the good fortune, the serendipity to just run into Troy Opperly, the guy who formulated the product and designed the product. And we'll be talking to him about the Biolumin Nightly Essence and about probiotics in general and what makes the Biolumin Nightly Essence such a stupendous nutritional supplement. We'll be talking about that in the bottom of the hour. So we'll get your calls here in our second segment, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about skincare, probiotics, digestion, health, you want to get off your meds or help a loved one get off their meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you. Of course, if you have a success story you'd like to share, and I know you're out there with the success stories because I hear about them all the time, be generous. Share your success stories with folks, and you can help change lives too. Or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, please head over to brightsideben.com. You can purchase products right off the website or call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. Okay, we'll get your calls here in our next segment. As I say, we'll be talking to Troy Opperly about the Biolumin Nightly Essence in our third and fourth segment. Okay. So, skin health. Even doctors, not necessarily the sharpest knives in the drawer when it comes to health and wellness and how we take care of our body and skin. Shock, shock. Surprise, surprise. The silliness of the medical model, well chronicled, quite obvious when you look at health statistics. Yet even these days, doctors are understanding how important good bacteria, probiotics, are when it comes to having healthy, beautiful skin. Even doctors are recognizing how important the digestive system is when it comes to having good, strong, healthy skin. According to Dr. Whitney Bowe, clinical professor of dermatology at Mount Sinai Medical Center in New York City, who's researched the effects of probiotics specifically on acne, quote, "The benefits of probiotics are that they introduce healthy bacteria to the gut and create a barrier to reduce inflammation, which can trigger skin conditions. And there is compelling evidence that probiotics hold promise for treating acne and rosacea," unquote. If you have dry skin, if you have any skin issue, you have an internal problem. If you have a skin issue, you got an inside issue. If you have an outside issue, you got an inside issue. That's the bottom line. Everything we've been talking about, everything we will be talking about when it comes to skin health. Now, there are occasions when you'll have something called contact issues, contact dermatitis. topical dermatitis. This is very rare. Some folks are allergic to nickel or latex, or you can have something called concrete dermatitis, where construction workers will get rashes when they're making bricks or making cement or concrete. But for the most part, skin health issues are internal health issues. If you have dry skin, if you have eczema, if you have psoriasis, if you're breaking out, chances are really good you got a food problem and a digestive problem. And even if it looks like you got a topical issue, like you have a skin issue, the likelihood is very slim that you're going to be able to do something to really create a change, a permanent change, or permanently reverse or permanently cure your skincare problem by rubbing a product on your skin. And keep in mind, if you do have an internal problem and you correct it, your eczema is going to disappear, never to return again. If you do have acne that's due to a zinc deficiency, or it's due to a problem with blood sugar or insulin or dairy, all of which are associated with breakouts and pimples and acne, if you do have any of these problems and you add 50 milligrams of zinc to your daily nutritional supplement regimen, if you throw in 20,000 IU of vitamin A, if you eliminate food allergens, if you use probiotics, if you use digestive enzymes, if you use nutritional strategies, you're never going to have zits again, ever. Proactive can't say that. Benzoyl peroxide can't do that. There's no topical products that can permanently eliminate a skin problem, because by the time you see the zit, it's over. That's the end. By the time you see the eczema rash or the psoriasis plaque, it's over. That's how the body has resolved the nutritional deficiency or the digestive problem. You can't treat the psoriasis by putting something on the plaque, and you can't treat your acne by putting something on your zit. That doesn't even make sense. Yet we are so entranced by this Helena Rubinstein model of taking care of the skin, where you rub something on the top, and it's understandable. It looks like it's on the skin, certainly. We're so hypnotized by this idea that we think we can rub our acne cream on our acne and we won't have acne anymore. And the models and the movie stars and the supposed healthcare professionals, doctors, tell us that we can't. Yesterday, we dissected the ingredient deck on the go-to, or one of the go-to moisturizing products recommended by dermatologists and other supposed skincare professionals. It's called Eucerin. Now, the good news is Eucerin is pretty cheap stuff. You only have to fork out $10 or so to get the stuff. But the bad news is it's not going to do anything except cover your skin with a coating of wax and oil. And 2 different preservatives. 2 of them, as if one is not enough. 2, and nasty ones at that. As we said yesterday, Eucerin, like most other skincare products, is 100% water, wax, and filler. There is nothing in Eucerin, or Lubriderm for that matter, or any of the other go-to dermatological solutions for dry skin, that can do anything for your dry skin except coat it. And unless you consider mineral oil to be an active ingredient, there's nothing in there. Mineral oil is the active ingredient. I don't know how that ever became an active ingredient, but that's what Eucerin claims is doing the work. Mineral oil. Go get yourself some mineral oil for $2 and rub it on your skin if you really want mineral oil in your dry skin. This is so scandalous. This is so insulting, so offensive, so greedy. This corporate strategy that exploits our tendency to confuse mineral oil with moisture, to confuse product with skin, to confuse the waxy coating with moisturization. Now keep in mind, this is the go-to moisturizing product for medical professionals and dermatologists, Eucerin. You know what the most fascinating feature of all of these, the moisturizing standards, the ingredient decks on all of these products? The most fascinating thing to me is that there's nothing in them that can do anything. They just coat. That blows me away. Now, if you really want to make a correction, if you really want to reverse something that's going on in the skin, you got to use certain ingredients. And most importantly, you got to use vitamin A and you got to use vitamin C topically. You may want to throw in some zinc there, but vitamin A and C are the go-to ingredients for fine lines and wrinkles, for eczema, for psoriasis, for dry skin, for any kind of anti-aging result that you want on your skin, or just for keeping your skin healthy. Vitamin A, vitamin C, and not just any vitamin A. It has to be retinol or retinoic acid, and not just vitamin C, but fatty vitamin C. Dry skin, like all health issues, is a cell issue. We always say on this program, all disease is cell disease. Well, guess what? All skin health issues are skin cell problems. You got to treat the skin cell. Do you think mineral oil is going to treat a skin cell? Is an emulsifier going to treat a skin cell? Is anything in your Lubriderm or your Eucerin going to treat a skin cell? No, no, and no. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben. We got Troy Opperly coming up in the bottom of the hour. We're going to talk about the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Troy is the formulator. Ran into him serendipitously earlier this week. And I told him, I got to get you on the program. I've been talking about the Biolumin Nightly Essence for now a couple of years, pretty much on a daily basis. And Troy said, I was wondering why the sales of the Biolumin Nightly Essence went up so much. And indeed, I love the stuff. Absolutely love the stuff. I take 6 to 12 of them every day. I recommend everybody take 6 to 12 of them every day. And we're going to talk about just why it's such a spectacular formulation. It's one of the few formulations that I've ever seen that combines digestive enzymes, proteolytic enzymes, protein-dissolving enzymes with prebiotics, inulin, as well as multiple bacteria, 14 or 15 different strains of bifidus and lactobacillus bacteria. We'll talk to Troy about his formulation in the bottom of the hour. We'll take your calls this segment, 844-236-6010. We do have a couple lines open for you. We are talking skin health, but if you have questions about any health issues, including skin health issues or skin product ingredient issues, we'd love to hear from you, 844-236-6010. Tomorrow, or on our next program, we'll talk about a couple of really interesting ingredients. Well, one's an ingredient, one super interesting ingredient that you'll find in skincare products. And like all skincare ingredients, there's a lot of misunderstandings around this one. And then we'll talk about one of the major components in skin that keeps the barrier intact, keeps the skin moisturized. And this is a component whose deficiencies are associated with eczema and dry skin and rapidly aging skin, as well as sensitive skin. And it's something, it's a component in the skin that you don't hear a lot about. We'll talk about that next week as we continue discussing skin health on the bright side in honor of my new Truth Treatment products. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Truth Treatment products, head over to truthtreatments.com. You can also check out my Facebook page. We blog and post regularly skincare topics at The Truth with Ben. Truth with Ben, that's the name of the Facebook page. Also, you can check out my blogs, pharmacistben.com and criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, 844-236-6010. Steve in Virginia, what's going on? Welcome to the bright side, buddy. Hola, Steven. We have Steve? Steve. Going once. We got a dial tone, but we don't have Steve. Okay, well, never mind. We'll hang up on Steve here. Oh, I just disconnected Steve. Sorry, Steve. I don't know what happened to you. But if you're listening, call back. We'll get you up here. Steve wanted to talk about skin health, I think, is what it said. We'll get Troy Opperly up here in the bottom of the hour. And we do have lines open for you at 844-236-6010. So, dry skin, like all skin health issues, like all health issues, is a cell issue. All disease is cell disease. Skin health issues are no different. In the case of dry skin, you got a disorder of skin cells. You got a disorder of skin moisturizing cells. You've got a disorder of the cells that make the barrier. They're called keratinocytes. Cyte, C-Y-T-E, is always the ending for cell. Keratinocytes. And then you've got skin moisturizer cells. Those are called sebocytes. Sebocytes and keratinocytes. Those are the two main cell types that go awry when you have dry skin. Dry skin is a keratinocyte issue and a sebocyte issue, and you ain't going to help your keratinocytes or sebocytes with 99.99% of the skincare products you're using. In fact, as it turns out, you're going to suppress the activity of these cells, keratinocytes and sebocytes, by using a moisturizing cream. Listen, I'm going to cut to the chase right now, okay? Skincare products, the vast majority of them, 99.9% of them, are things that your skin does not want and does not need. Your skin is very disturbed and angry with you when you rub your Eucerin or your moisturizing lotion on it, because now, not only does it have a problem with sensitivity and dryness and skin cells, now it's got to metabolize the wax and the surfactant and the emulsifier and the preservative and the fragrance and the fake oil and the oil. Not to mention the 90% of it or 95% of it that's water. Maybe the skin doesn't have to metabolize the water, but what the heck are you paying for that stuff for? This is a scandalous idea. How we take care of the skin is scandalous. Now, it wasn't scandalous when Helena Rubinstein discovered it or invented it or first brought it to the market. Helena Rubinstein was a nice gal, a nice lady. She came from Russia. She wanted to help women, but she didn't know anything about the skin. So why are we still using these crazy products? Why are we still dosing our skin with wax and oil and preservative when it isn't doing anything for the skin? It just puts an added burden on the skin. It does something else for the skin to have to deal with, and it isn't helping us. Vitamin A, vitamin C. The reason I put together the Truth Treatment products was to give you an opportunity to dose your skin with super high concentrations of vitamin A and vitamin C. You're not going to find that anywhere.